So what's on your mind today as you're revisiting the simulation course?
Yeah, on my mind today is I'm really glad that we've got Charlie here. He's a beast at long runs. And this is I feel weird about this long run. It's so hard that you can't really do anything that crazy impressive on it. So I know Charlie does really great long runs, so to have him here and like put me to the test and just test out this long run and see what he thinks about it too, feels really good instead of just kind of me out here. It's a lot cooler today, so I expect us to run a bit faster. And kind of the goal, I would say, I think I ran the long run pretty much perfect last time, except I was a little vulnerable the last like 2 to 4 miles. So I'm not gonna change what I do. I'm just hoping that like the last few weeks of training and hitting the spot again, that I can be stronger over the last 2 to 4 and maybe turn over a bit better. But I'm not gonna go out easier. I'm just gonna hope that the training is kicking in. I've got a hot spot behind my hamstring that I'm hoping does okay. I took actually my double off last night and just did an Epsom salt bath and trying to let it recover, because I figured, 4 or 5 mile double isn't as important as a really good 24-mile long run, so kind of had to make that decision. So hopefully it pays off today and feel healthy and get through this run. Time for us to go make something of ourselves. Let's get it.
Come over here.
So today we're doing the Boston Simulator again, and Charlie Lawrence has done some pretty epic long runs in Boulder. I follow him on Instagram, and I'm always seeing that he's really pushing the pace. And he reached out to me about linking up for a long run, and it worked out that this day and course worked out really well for both of us. So I didn't expect much. I expected us to run a little bit faster than last time. But man, we had a day out there. Charlie was really impressive. We had a lot of cloud cover that day. And I wasn't afraid of the course this time, especially having Charlie there. I think the first time I was a little afraid. I was by myself. I'd never run it before. And I basically just went into this long run thinking, well, there's no way it's gonna hurt more than it did last time. Having company, we'll find a way to get up the hills, no problem. So yeah, we just got after it. I think even like mile 3 or 4, I looked down at my watch and I noticed that we were kind of having a special day. I love the marathon because it is just, to me, the pinnacle of running, the pinnacle of the sport. It basically created the Olympics, and every Olympics, it's on the final day of the Olympics. And you think about all the sports that are in the Olympics now and all that kind of stuff, and how cool it is that the marathon is really like what started it. And so to be in running and to be in the sport and to get to be involved in the marathon is super exciting, and you just never know what's going to happen. You have to fall in love with running. You have to fall in love with the process and the journey for the marathon. And it doesn't always treat you very well on race day. You never know what you're going to get. But when you finally hit a good one, it's like no other feeling in the world. Marathon training requires a lot of mileage. It requires a lot of alone time, at least for me. I do a lot of my training on my own, and what I love about it is I love the hard workout days. I really struggle. It's funny. I struggle the most on the easy days, putting in the easy mileage, the easy time on feet. Kind of living life in the mediocre moments is hard for me. And so what makes me really excited is the big long runs, the big 2 times 10K workouts, the workouts that on paper you have a hard time understanding how you're going to get through. That's what I love about marathon training, and honestly what I love about running and pushing my limits in general. I love Boulder, Colorado. I've lived here for 6 years, and honestly, my career's been made here. Since I moved here, I've had a lot of success, and maybe not always success every year, like with great races necessarily, but I've seen myself become a completely different athlete since living and training in Boulder, Colorado. So I think I will stay here until I'm done running professionally. And then I'm not really sure what's next for me, but you can find me in Boulder, Colorado until I'm no longer running. So at this point in the workout, we're flying, we're running really fast, and I know we're on a good one. The only problem is we've been running on this soft surface trail, like putting a bunch of shit in our legs, and we haven't done any of the uphills yet. So while I feel really good and we're running really fast, you can't really trust how you're feeling yet. I mean, you're at altitude, and we have 6+ miles of basically nonstop uphill that we're going into. This is where the boys become men right here. We'll see. We'll see.
It was this stretch last time you gave me a thumbs down for how you were doing. You're looking stronger today.
We're flying today.
Yeah.
Having Charlie there made me feel really good. He was obviously feeling incredible today, and I just was like, there's no way I'm gonna let Charlie drop me. I'm gonna stick with him, and I'm gonna compete well in this long run. And you know, you don't want to compete like in race your long runs, but at this point in training, I only have 2 workouts a week. I have a big long run and I have another big session, and so you do need to run these quite hard because you're doing a lot of easy running, like in and out of these workouts. And if you don't run your long run hard, I think you're missing out on an opportunity to get a lot better. Holy shit, 5:39 average. We averaged 14 seconds per mile faster than I did last time I did this route. Even if I hadn't averaged faster, we're closing out, we're getting over the hills, and we just closed our last mile in 5 flat, 5:01. Miles before that were like 5:20. So much stronger than I was last time I did this run. So much stronger.
550 up the prospect push.
Yeah, last time I was 6:19 up the prospect push. This time I was 550. So ran faster all around, but just had so much more power when it mattered. Was rolling at the end. That's what you want. 24 miles last mile, 5 flat, 5:01 after going up all these hills. Perfect. Perfect run.
Twin Cities ready. Boston ready. Great stuff.
Good job, man.
That's what we do it for.
Yeah.